The South African Maritime Safety Authority, supported by the Department of Transport, salutes seafarers who have a critical role to play in the maritime space across the world.
Seafarers do matter. They work in our commercial vessels or mission ships. Those ships, they bring to countries, including South Africa, cargo that we need so much for our daily living. They bring clothes, they bring refrigerators, they bring TVs that we use and are watching. They bring everything that we live on. And it is therefore important that we take time and we pause as a country, but as the world, and say these are important people. There is no life without vessels. There is no life without seafarers in those vessels.
That's why seafarers matter. We invite youth to consider seafaring as a serious, dedicated and highly profitable career choice.
We used to live in a shack in Everton. My dad lost his job. After that, I had to drop out of school because I didn't have means to pay for my fees. So that's when I applied to Harambee, and after that they gave me this opportunity to work at MSC.
As a senior seafarer, you also go through exactly the same experiences as the juniors, and you know, you could also look back and say, I can remember when I was at that level. It's very difficult for them at the beginning. Initially, the first time they've really spent time away from home, their parents, their families.
Over the years, South African seafarers have traveled far and wide, gaining experiences on various vessels.
For me, I've been waiting for a whole year for a birth myself, and since this opportunity arose, all the cadets are getting placed after they've been on here. So it's making us open to the international trade as well.
Normally here on the galas, we have 8 to 12 watch for the third officer. Then you're going to be here up on the bridge in charge of your watch, making sure that the vessel is following the plan as per chartered plan.
The government's Operation Phakisa program accelerates interventions in the maritime economy with skills development cutting across it, creating up to 650,000 jobs.
Being a seafarer, the ship has become my home, and I found myself in, I could say, the security was tight, and I've met new family members, which some they've gone. We end up being like sisters and brothers, and then so now the ship life, it's now, I could say, full-time life, and it's my home. And thank you to Samsa for helping out. I found myself home. That is, I believe it's one home. I will say it's stable, because every ship that I'll change, I'll find a new family.
We want to see more South Africans coming into this space. And there's opportunities that we're working hard as not only just Samsa, but the broader Operation Phakisa environment to unlock these opportunities.
How it has changed my life financially is that now I'm able to build my home, you know.
Take Rufilwe, for example. She's been able to send home 4,000 Rand a month. She's really keen to get into further studies in the maritime sector.
We honor the daring and courageous seafaring community who risk their lives for their families and for the industry. We caught up with the country's first female black master mariner.
I will tell young people that it's hard work. It requires passion as well, because when you're at sea, it's a foreign industry. I mean, it's not something that you're used to seeing or experiencing every day. So you've got to have the love of it.
It's actually a diverse industry, and if you like the industry and you want to get into it, it's not just being on board as a seafarer. There's other aspects of it.
We're calling on young people to join this sector. It is important because as South Africa, we've not done much in it, and therefore the opportunities are still there. Indeed, the story of Rufilwe and Tato is a story that indicates and confirms the fact that there is a lot that can be benefited from the maritime sector.
Almost 1.5 million people work day and night, every day of the year, under the most challenging and sometimes dangerous conditions to keep the global economy thriving and make the world we live in possible.
We encourage the members who are already within the maritime profession to be the agent, to be the ambassador.
The Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, the former one, decided that every year we celebrate the Maritime Day.
Although seafarers are often invisible and ignored, they hold the world together. Together with the rest of the world, we salute the brave men and women who work in our oceans and make ships their home.